And I'm Alexis Fernandez. Thank you for joining us for live coverage of the 2014 Arctic Winter Games on KTVA and GCI Channel 1.
Happy to be here. My first time in Fairbanks tonight. Of course, your hometown,
yes,
Alexis.
It's very exciting to be here because I unfortunately was too young to experience the last time it was held here in Fairbanks, which was in 1988, and before that in 1982. So it hasn't been here in 26 years. A lot of excitement you can feel in the background and also in the community as well.
Town Square Park is a pretty busy place, especially during the summertime. Now, they've had a lot of issues with criminal activity, partly because of this broken fountain, which people can hide behind and commit crimes. A lot of excitement down here in Homer, especially for Alaskans of Norwegian descent. Now, the king just left Homer about an hour ago back to Anchorage, but it was a very packed day with a lot of press as well as his entourage. The foundation that helped build this monument says that they are in the process of trying to move this wall to a different location, which is located right over here down this hill. It's been nearly a year since Vernisha Mosley lost her fiancé, 20-year-old Davon.
From the beginning, I just wanted Davon's truth to come out.
Davon died after spending 2 weeks in segregation at the Anchorage jail. Vernisha has been fighting to get video of how he died out to the public.
It didn't happen the way they said it did, and this is what really happened. This is the true Davon Mosley story.
The video slides are compelling, and I need to warn everyone here, including the audience, in advance that they are disturbing.
The state released images of 4 Alaskans who died behind bars at a joint House and Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. 2 of them videos. One of them shows Mosley's time in solitary confinement where he's naked. In another interaction, he's pepper sprayed and left in his cell.
What if one of the times that he did ask for medical attention, he's seen or he got help, Davon would still be here.
He eventually died from 12 ulcers. Vernisha hopes these images will bring change.
No other family feels the pain that my family feels right now.
The other video shows Gilbert Joseph. A DOC investigation says he was suffocated by a cellmate while officers watched and did nothing. He died hours later. DOC Interim Commissioner Walt Madigan apologized for the deaths and promised change.
Good things can come out of this. I mean, out of the tragedies that we saw, which obviously should never have happened. But I have faith that this kind of tragic event can produce a lot of great things that will forestall any future similar kind of events.
Vernisha wants Davon to be remembered for who he was, not how he died.
Davon was loving, caring. He was a big kid himself. He loved the kids.
No, I'll never fuss again.
For the past 3 days, this is all Kathleen Rennie has been looking forward to. Making a Cajun dish in the comfort of her own home.
Cooking.
Rennie is one of thousands of families who live on Funny River Road and had to evacuate on Sunday.
I was up every hour, didn't know what to do with myself. I surprised myself. I thought I'd be a lot tougher than that. I didn't cry or nothing. I just, I was worried.
But she says she was prepared because she's been through this before.
And this is where the fire was.
Several years ago, another wildfire spread close to Browns Lake near her home.
It got closer than that this time. That just reminded us all to be a little more prepared.
This morning, the evacuation was lifted and she was able to return home with her husband.
I feel like I'm not going to put my stuff up till I spring clean. And that's about all I feel.
Including the stuff still in her car.
My maps, my photos. Yeah, anything precious to me is in this cargo, and anything that's precious to him is on his truck.
For now, she says she's just trying to enjoy the simple things in life. Tucked away in the mountains of Iceland, you'll find people enjoying nature in its purest form.
It's amazing, taking a nice hot bath out in the great outdoors.
The country shares many similarities with Alaska, including its cold surface. But underneath Iceland, the earth is bursting with heat. The country sits on the border of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, where tectonic plates are shifting. As a result, magma flows upward, creating hot water and heat.
This plant here produces about 50% more electricity than the city would ever need.
Eiríkur Hallmarsson shows us how this geothermal energy is used at Iceland's largest power plant north of Reykjavik.
So the technology is not brand new. It's more than 100 years old.
The first thing you notice is the odor of hydrogen sulfide, which smells like rotten eggs. The plant works by extracting hot steam through surrounding wells. After that, the steam is cooled, then thrust through these turbine plates, creating electricity.
It really helps us keep energy bills down in this country. But what makes this further economical is the cogeneration of heat and electricity.
Geothermal supplies 30% of the country's electricity and heats 90% of its buildings, city roads included. Is it much cleaner?
It is much cleaner. There is CO2 in the geothermal steam, but it's just a fraction of the CO2 emissions from fossil fuels.
In energy, he says other countries can tap into. What can Alaska learn from Iceland?
I think the main lesson is keep your eyes open to other ways than just the conventional way of doing things.
He says the end goal is less dependence on fossil fuels.
The use of oil is, in the long term, it is not sustainable. I think we all know that by now.
But there are concerns with geothermal, like its lifespan.
Try to implement stations like this one in phases, so you don't have a huge investment that is going down the drain.
Tourism has also taken off.
It's so warm, it's like getting into a bath.
It's just relaxing.
Thanks to places like the Blue Lagoon, created by hot steam from another nearby power plant.
It's a very good example of the different use of the geothermal energy, and also a very positive one. And also in terms of employment. Last summer we had more than 300 employees year-round. We're around 250 or 60.
Another industry that sprouted, greenhouses.
Here it comes in.
Kluther Arman and his family live behind an active geyser.
Hot water.
They use its hot water to grow tomatoes year-round.
By using the hot water, the heat from the ground to warm up our houses, and also to use our electricity to make sun for the plants every day of the year, because we have to do that in Iceland. We don't have so many sunny days.
Which is a cherry?
It's a cherry, yeah.
More than 75% of tomatoes are grown in greenhouses.
Oh, it's really sweet.
Sweet, yeah. It saves our money. We don't have to be spending our money to buy tomatoes from other countries.
A few examples of how Iceland is leading the way in energy independence with the help of Mother Nature. In Iceland, Alexis Fernandez, KTVA 11 News.